So McEnroe up a break.
Talk about those forcing returns. But so far, the difference here in this match has been the inconsistency of Boris Becker. Loose errors at the wrong time.
Strong serve from John McEnroe, and it's 15-all.
Here we're looking at 72% for John, which is very good. 56 for Becker, which is not so good. There's where sheer power made the difference. A player who was not quite as strong as Boris Becker would have had difficulty in getting that ball past McEnroe with that much effort. But he was just simply strong enough to muscle it down there.
15-30.
The kid's one of the strongest we've seen for a long time, been compared to Lou Hode, played in the 50s. Just wide.
Barely. Tried the passing shot.
McEnroe, with that tremendous feel for the hands, was able to hit that forehand approach shot with a completely open stance. He actually shoveled the ball down the line. Very short backswing.
$40-30.
John's playing about as well as he can play right now.
Seventh game of the first set. McEnroe leads 4-2. And that time Becker was leaning the wrong direction. So John McEnroe takes it 5-2. Becker serving, eighth game of the first set. He trails 5-2, and I'm sure Boris looks back to that first game.
Yes, he never
triple break point.
Never established his rhythm, even though in the first game, yes, he had John down love 40, couldn't convert. Not only that, he lost his serve immediately afterwards.
And that is the third double fault for Boris Becker. What do you make of that?
Well, his toss is all over the place, simply, and that's why, again, not to beat a dead horse, but I mentioned that John, I thought, would be a bit more consistent.
Mac nets the backhand. You know, one thing about Becker the other night, McEnroe said afterwards, he had so much trouble with Becker's serve. He said it was unbelievable.
Tough to pick.
And it's not been the problem so far.
I don't think Becker knows where it's going either sometimes with that toss.
And you hear Boris talking to himself a little bit.
In German. Foot speed. John playing it safe, going back and forth. Cat and mouse game with Boris Becker.
And Becker decided to go the other way on him and did not connect.
Watching that again, Becker going for broke. John just being content to get it back, keeping it low. Boris is still fishing right now.
15-30. Becker having all kind of problems with his service game here in the first set. At that time, as records a service winner, and it's 30-all. McEnroe takes a look up at the scoreboard. The ace. His second of the match. Again, Boris looking for some help there. Good second serve. And Becker takes the game. McEnroe's backhand is wide. And Becker gets a good hand here, and he pulls the 5-3. McEnroe up 2 games here in the first set. And some of the shouts of encouragement from the audience.
Most of them, I think, say, "Come on, John."
I think you're right. Monday Night Football, the Giants and 49ers. Right here on ABC tomorrow night.
It's Little Joe and Jerry Rice.
That's right.
Tremendous backhand volley by John McEnroe. Puts him 15 love ahead. He would dearly love to just close this out with a flourish. Psychologically, it would be terrific, in John's mind, to win this game at love. Start the second set with a very clean slate. Didn't hear that exchange.
Something obviously...
has to do with age, because John's 27. He said, I think he said, wait till you're 27 or something.
I think so, commenting on the contrast. Boris, of course, 19 years old.
19 years and 1 week.
I pray for Boris these upcoming years.
The comment was, Becker said, gee, this is not fun anymore. To which John replied, wait till you're 27.
And then John with a sarcastic, I pray for Becker in the upcoming years. It's a definite rivalry here, and I think John sometimes resents the fact that Boris feels like he surpassed McEnroe in the game.
Ooh, that looked good from here, but called ball. Now Becker is...
You didn't see it, but McEnroe had his hands up in the air as if he were praying for John.
Well, I wouldn't say Becker is smiling, smirking.
No.
There's that powerful return of serve.
Return of serve that was so effective in their match Tuesday night.
All right, all the jokes stop now. This is serious business. 5-3 first set. John wants to close this out. Becker not playing very well. What's he going to do? Now I think he's going to try to make something happen on this second serve. Go for it.
Will he head for the net here, Martha?
No, I don't think he'll do that, but he'll go for it. He may try to be very offensive with it. A forcing return, as it's categorized.
Which Becker did so well the other night. And it's out. 30-15. McEnroe working to take out Boris here in the first set. The ace from John McEnroe. Already his 6th ace of the match. This is double set point.
I'm amazed at the number of aces being served between the two. I really am, because they're both quick on their feet.
And there it is, number 7. John McEnroe, his service game nearly perfect so far. Takes the first set, 6-3.